Los Angeles. And it was hot. I said, man, point that fan at me. And I'll be good to go. Wasn't playing songs for long when came in candidly. But the pretty...
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Bigsby with the carry to begin the series. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. At the 35-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Let's go now.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Fights through a little crease. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Here we go, set. Red, 38. Ready?
They'll look to throw here. He gets this into the hands of Harvey. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
45, white. Set.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Jags are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Down. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Let's go.
Back to throw. This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 36 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7.
Jaguars 7.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's 2nd and 10.
Mustang 19. Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Now back to throw. And cooked up. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we want to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Perez. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On the set. 19 Lions. 70, Panthers 60, Panthers 60, 7 Pirates, Cup 19, Cup 19. Let go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. And the Jags are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Here we go.
Bigsby is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So third and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
19, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Hurt. 18 Rattler. Ready.
They'll set up a throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And his kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Down.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
You look at this Jaguar defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 2 seconds to go, first quarter.
Black, 95. Ready?
On second down, here's the option. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Black shot. Red, 38. Hut, hut.
He'll look to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Come on, set. 40, check, smash. Check, huh?
Now on 1st, Dixon again. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 49 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Let's go. 33, yellow. Hut, hut.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Looking to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too hard.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're no two plays, and they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, 18, Pioneers.
Back to throw now on first down. It's brought in by Wilson. And crossover out of bounds right at the 25. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Top 50, Hawgg 19.
Back to throw here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Niners are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
29-yard line.
Ready. Hut.
Dixon trying up the middle. There's the stiff one. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
32. Ready.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught at the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Set, hut. Red, 38. Set, go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
At the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Set.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 6-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Black 40. Hut.
Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
60 red. 60 red.
Now the Central Florida product, it's R.J. Harvey. And across the board and into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. R.J. Harvey with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Second down and 3. They'll look to throw. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down. A gain of 9 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
Five in. Here we go. Here we go. Tap the 60. Tap the 60. Cut 19. Cut 19.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, the great coaches in football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Dragon 60. Come on, 60 Bearcat.
They'll look to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70, Cowboy 80. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
On the set.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Count to 11. Count to 11. Let's go now.
He'll drop to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Ready, ready.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
19, Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
54-yard attempt.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Boy, still a half plus to play, but it is a 2-score game. They're going to go onside kick early. And the 49er hands team does its job. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Set, ready. Blue 32. Hut, hut.
They'll start the drive with Dixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard.
Strike down. Yellow, 22. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Come on, set. 52 blue.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Block 40. Set.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Ready.
49er, first down. First and 10.
Now they'll shift things around.
10 cycles. Set.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Set. Hut. Set. Hut.
Here's 2nd and 8. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now a play fake here on first down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready? 18 Rally. 18 Rally. Go. Panther 11. Count 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On play action, they'll throw. Finding Hawkinson here on the out route. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Ready up.
And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Final minute now of the third quarter.
Here we go. Ultra. 33. Yep, yellow. Zoom. Set.
Up the middle they go with Dixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Set. Set. Go.
They'll set up a throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Ready. Ready.
He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
60 Bison. Ready, ready. Hut. Hut.
And he brings brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
That's good for the Jaguars.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready.
They run straight ahead with Harvey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Ready. 50, green. Ready.
The give running right, Dixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
Brings up 3rd down.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30.
Striker, 3.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Yellow, 22. Claws, 10. Ready.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Now back to throw. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A gain of 14. First down, Jaguars.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10.
70 Rangers, Cowboy 80.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Ready?
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 3.
Warrior 70.
Looking to throw. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Jacksonville.
On the set. Down.
Give to Bigsby on the option. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second and a couple.
Tag. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Buffalo 18. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Dragon 60. Check Bobcat. Check Bobcat. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Here we go. Here we go. Blue 30. Check 10 cycles. Ready. Ready.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Set hut. 10 black.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. They'll look to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down. First and goal at the 3.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for San Francisco, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.